It's time for the lug. All right, let's confirm we're live here. As always, music, audio. Let me know if there are any issues there. Shouldn't be. Same setup as last time, but this is one I'm very excited to get into. I think you'll be surprised. Well, actually, no, I don't. I don't think that. I don't think anyone's going to be surprised. But let's talk about this a little bit. So, a lot of people have been asking for a while that I do an Avalugg stream, right? Like or not that I do an Avalugg stream, but like get rank 1 with it, make it work, make Avalugg. And I'm always like, well, no, that's not really feasible. That's not really doable. Because what is it good at, right? What is Avalugg actually good at? It is a defensive Pokemon. Look at these stats, right? 95 HP, 184 defense. This is enough bulk to make Dondozo cry. Like, this is super bulky, but it's nice to know this is not a troll. When I troll on these streams, when there's a Pokemon I know isn't going to work, I tell you outright. I think I've only done like a troll, like a stream that I fully did not believe in the Pokemon once, and that was Clam Pearl. I don't think I've ever done that again. But it's hard to say. And I'm not saying there was anything wrong with that. Like, I might do that again. But generally, I like to try streams that I think are Pokemon that might actually work, right? Actually have a chance. And this is no exception. Avalugg, I think it has a chance. Do I think it will work? No. Gonna be like straight up, I don't. I do not think it will work. But I think there's a chance. And that's what we're going to go and see today. See if we can make that chance, make that reality happen. So, let me think about how. Yes, the problem is, right, generally speaking, it's a defensive Pokemon, but it's an ice type, so everything hits it super effective. Like, let's look at the physical attackers. Super effective, not super effective, no. Yeah, this can hit it super effective, this hits it super effective, this hits it super effective, this hits it super effective. Nope, Wellspring's a nice exception. No, well, that's kind of a super, but not really, not with stab moves. This hits it super effectively. Urshi hits it super effectively, Zama hits it so most physical attackers in this tier are able to hit Avalugg super effectively, so that really much diminishes its ability as a wall. It's like, yes, it's got great stats, but it's a mono ice type. And then the second thing it does is removal, right? It has rapid spin, a super high value move. But then you look at the ghost types and you realize every single ghost, absolutely, it is the easiest spin block ever. Like, yeah, you can run Earthquake, but even that, I mean, it's not doing very much damage. It's just not. So you might be asking, what am I doing then? Why does this, and why National Dex? And there's a reason for that too, because Avalugg is in Generation 9. It isn't overused as well. Here's the thing though. I think to justify Avalugg, if you are going to say, because remember, to be viable, I have two standards. For, it's two standards for a team. The team must be good at a top level, and that Pokemon, if it's viable, is the best option for that team. In Gen 9 OU, and I think for Avalugg to be the best choice for a team, you need to have 8 turns of snow on a Pokemon with Snow Warning holding an Icy Rock. Oops. I think you need that. I think that is absolutely mandatory. Probably that looks like a Alolan Ninetales. If you don't have an Icy Rock and Snow Warning, I don't think this Pokemon is worth using. Because with Snow Up and full physical defense investment, even super effective Pokemon, this thing is actually pretty comfortably switching in on. It's like, it's beating Zamazenta. Like, it beats ID Zamazenta without critical hits, which it takes enough turns that it is likely to still win that matchup. Sorry, I I had to sneeze there. Hopefully the noise gate took care of that, but if you heard that, bless me, I suppose. Okay. So this is what I think is the only justifiable reason to use Avalugg. You need, and I have to address this every time, but I know I'm going to get a lot of people saying this. What about Glow King? What about Chilly Reception? That is, and even with an Icy Rock, I cannot express how much this is not a replacement for real weather. The fact that you have to use a move, it's just like I talked about manual terrain. People think it's the same because it sets the weather. It is not even close. Now, is Chilly Reception better than having a Pokemon that uses like Snowscape? Absolutely, it is. But the fact that you can switch a Pokemon in, not have to use a turn and get weather up, is a world of difference between that and Chilly Reception. And another world between Chilly Reception and something like Snowscape. But still, it is a huge, huge, huge difference. If you are going to run Avalugg, I don't think Chilly Reception is close to being enough. You need a Snow Setter. You need something with an Icy Rock. That is the only way I think you can justify having Avalugg on your team. So, and I know I'm going to repeat this many, many more times before the stream ends. I know there are going to be people asking, what if you got rid of Ninetales and added a Glow King? And I'm going to try to be not a hater about it. But yeah, it's not an option. It's not a real option. If you have to use a move to get Avalugg that defense boost and that healing, you should not be using an Avalugg. That's it. Straight up, it is not worth it. It's not real. That's like running, like a Bear Tick with Slush Rush and a Chilly Reception Glow King. It's not worth it. It is just not worth it. Okay. Now that's why we're running a Ninetales or some Snowscape. The second thing we have to talk about is why Nat Dex? Well, Ninetales with an Icy Rock, I believe, can maybe justify Avalugg. But then there's the question of, well, what's going to justify an Icy Rock Ninetales? Because Avalugg, these two alone, this is not a strong core. This is not enough reason to run an Icy Rock. We got down 0-2 in chat. Heck yeah. Can't wait to see Avalugg get sacked every battle. Absolutely love to see it. Okay. So, why not have both A-Tails and Glow King? Yeah, we might do that. I mean, it's not that helpful, but like, yeah, we could do. It's a possibility. I mean, we might have it on the team, but you definitely need this. You definitely need a Pokemon that can actually automatically set hail. Or snow, excuse me. So the second question is, how can you justify a snow warning Pokemon? Well, there's one hail abuser, or snow. Well, I guess it was a hail abuser that has made this archetype worthwhile, and that is Arctozolt. This Pokemon is when it was in Generation 8, hail was actually good because of Arctozolt. I'm actually happy to say I was one of the people that made hail, like I think I popularized hail in Generation 8, or at least had a significant part of it. Like I'm pretty sure I was the first player to really have significant success with Arctozolt, and it ended up being a respected Pokemon, and never huge, never massively high usage, but it's been a respected force even to this day in Generation 8 OU. And that's the thing, Arctozolt isn't in SV, so that's why we're doing this in Nat Dex. This is the argument is basically, well, to use Avalugg, to justify Avalugg, you need Ninetales, and to justify Ninetales, not necessarily a light, like a Aurora Veil Light Clay, different situation, but to justify Icy Rock Ninetales, you need Arctozolt. So this is the situation. We absolutely need these three Pokemon. Maybe there's a world where we go a different Snow Warning setter. I don't think so. Maybe we end up being like really pressed for a Stealth Rocker, and we add like an Aurorus, but I doubt it. I think we're looking at a Ninetales situation. Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, does this thing get any like awesome, like funny moves? I don't think anything's going to be worthwhile on it. It actually, this thing's move pool, if this was faster, if Aurora's was not like super slow, it would be great. But alas, it is super, super slow. Okay, so this is the situation. Yeah, okay. 110. Okay, oh my gosh, someone did not say 110 speed is crazy slow. Okay. Guys. When you double a Pokemon's speed with an ability like Slush Rush, it gets way faster than 110 speed. Way, 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 way faster because the EVs go and then the doubling happens. Arctozolt under Slush Rush is not even close to the equivalent of base 110 speed. Not even close. It is much higher. Whew. Oh my gosh. Guys, come on. Doubling. It's... Anyway. It's fine. It's fine. I got that video on multipliers. We gotta check that out. Okay. So, yeah, we need this to justify it. Now, here's the problem with this, is that we start the team with 3 ice types, which is not great. Also, let's talk about the lug here. So, yeah, we definitely need Ice Body. The set I'm thinking we go with is Recover Iron Defense Body Press. I see the argument in running something like Avalanche. I see the argument in, you know, Earthquake, but I think this is going to be best for us. I think, because what this does is it turns Avalugg into a legitimate offensive force. Like, it actually makes this potentially scary to switch into. 180, like, look at this. This stat is like, it's like going past. It literally goes past the box. It's not, like, the game cannot contain this thing's stats. All right? It can't contain it. So, yeah. Avalugg counters Mega Beedrill. I mean, yeah, a ton of things counter Mega Beedrill. If Mega Frostlass was in the tier, would you use that as the hail setter for this team, or do you need the extra 3 turns? That's a good question. That's a really interesting question. If Frostlass, because on one hand, yeah, the extra turns would be nice. On the other hand, you can probably justify Frostlass on its own. Right, you probably don't need, like, it's a good Pokemon, so you maybe wouldn't need the Arctozolt necessarily, because we need the Arctozolt to justify the Ninetales, so maybe you could just go Frostlass Avalugg, or just Frostlass Arctozolt, and that would be it, and that would probably be good. I don't think I'd run them both with a Frostlass. I think that's a bit much to expect of Hail, but maybe. I mean, maybe. It's possible. But okay, so we've got a guy named Bryson, thank you very much for the $5 donation. Very generous, saying, Avalugg stream means that miracles do come true. This must mean Spidops is coming soon, right? I'm afraid not. I'm doing the Avalugg stream because I believe in it. You know? Spidops, I don't believe in it. At all. Yeah. I don't believe it. Apparently someone was saying it's like Zolt ends up being equivalent to about a base 160, which sounds about right. Okay. Yeah, so we have 3 of these. Anyway, and as far as item, partly I'm thinking Leftovers is appealing because, you know, this turns it into like Gliscor in Snow. Well, except without the whole status thing. If only it was Gliscor. But I think Helmet, on second thought, is probably a better direction to go with this, because yeah, we get kind of like Leftovers and Helmet, which is sort of nice. So we'll give that a try. How is Avalugg working even remotely? Well, it's a really, really bulky physical wall, and with Snow up, it's insanely bulky. Like, okay, I'm trying to think what's a calc I could show to convince you guys. Okay, let's take a look at Avalugg. Okay, Avalugg versus, what do we want to look? Also, Snow does not boost the damage of body press. Want to note that. Snow does not boost body press damage. Like, what's like a strong... Okay, let's look at like Megalopony. Megalopony close combat in Snow. Avalugg is taking... just so you can make sure you guys see that. Avalugg is taking 35 about from a close combat from a Megalopony in Snow. That's why I believe it might just have a chance, because it is that bulky. What's another one? Here's another fun example. In Snow, we can switch in on Mega Charizard X Dragon Dance, ID up, and beat it. Mega Charizard X. Zama, how much taken from a Zama CC? That's a good question. That's crazy. So look at this. Choice band Zamazen to close combat. That is banded. Choice band Zamazen to close combat. If we're at full health, we are switching in on that. Okay, so, and also, I'm going to put in a King Gambit, max HP, body press is a guaranteed one-hit KO. So, and yes, we have Ice Body on this. Now that is with Snow up. Those calcs are with Snow up, but that is switching in on a banded Zamazen to close combat and dealing, and switching in on and dealing with a DD Mega Charizard X. So, yes, now Snow won't be up all the time, but you see now why we need Snow to be like automatically set, because all of these things are, you know, they're killing Avalugg. They're doing too much without Snow. But yeah, so hopefully we can respect that. And I'm thinking, now that I'm looking at these calcs, I'm thinking we do probably want the Rocky Helmet, because I feel like without the Rocky Helmet, with the Rocky Helmet, we can just spam recover against some of these things in Snow as they like hit us with super effective attacks, and then they take a bunch of damage. But you know, if we have like leftovers, like, yeah, that'll allow us to heal up quicker, but then it kind of creates a bigger cost to those Snow turns if they keep, you know, repeatedly investing. Does the def investment even matter all that much? I mean, yes, the one singular thing this thing will do is switch into physical attackers. That is what it's here to do. And yeah, so HP and defense, especially because that boosts its body press damage, that is the only thing we're realistically doing. Now, I don't know why this set automatically put in minus attack. That's bizarre. Like, we want a rapid spin through, so that's super weird that the set did that. But yeah, 46 special defense. Avalugg is not taking any special attack well. It's not like as weak as you would think. Like, let me think of just like a random special attack. Like if we put in like Clefable here, right? Like Clefable Moonblast is, okay, that's pretty bad. Yeah, Clefable Moonblast out here is doing like about 50. But you know, it's not like 70, right? It's so Avalugg, it's very, very specially frail though. Can I nickname the Avalugg Coffee Table? Sure. Fun fact, I've never had a cup of coffee. I should do that at some point. Yeah, 513 defense, and you give that a Snow boost. But yeah, no, Snow does not boost the damage of Iron Defense. Does not boost the damage of Iron Defense. I mean, excuse me, of Body Press. Okay, so yeah, how are we going to just... So, let's talk about team members here. So there were some things I was thinking of. Tinglu, Cinderace, Blissey, Great Tusk, Blissey / Chansey, probably Blissey though. I don't think this team needs to get any weaker to hazards. What else did I think of? I wrote some notes. I'm going to reference my notes here. So let's see. Oh yeah, AV Mola was probably not. I don't think AV Mola is the direction to go in here, but it's, you know, it's a possibility. Oh yeah, potentially I had down Pursuit King Gambit. This is an interesting one because we could actually theoretically trap ghost types and then sweep with Avalugg maybe. Let's see. Any other ideas? Oh yeah, I wrote down maybe Mammo. I don't think we're going to see Mammo Swine today, but I mean, it's technically a possibility. Okay. Can we name Arctozolt average kindergartner? Sure. Is that how it's spelled? I think that's how it's spelled. Because the nose is running and it's like overweight looking. I don't know. Yeah. So yeah, these are some of the possibilities. But basically, we started this team with 3 ice types and poor removal. Like, let's be honest. And I don't want to have to run boots. I don't want to have to run boots on this Avalugg. I really don't. So we need a Cinderace. That is like the Pokemon I'm most confident is going to end up on this team. I don't really see a world in which we get out of this without a Cinderace. Now the problem is we now have on this team 3 RU Pokemon and Cinderace, which is OU, but like, you know, Nat Dex, Cinderace is not great in Nat Dex. I think it's a lot better in OU. So it's how do you, well, so sometimes, you know, trying to think up good team members is like really, you know, a process where I have to really think about it. I mean, you've seen some of these streams where I'll be here for like 40 minutes thinking of good team members, and someone will say something in chat. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's actually good. I didn't even realize it. So yeah, there's, but yeah, in this case, this just kind of all came to me in like a moment of divine inspiration. Almost, I was like, I know what I need. But yeah, as far as this, like the Cinderace one wasn't that hard to think of. A lot of snow teams run Cinderace. Snot and general freak behavior. Fair enough. Yeah. So yeah, Cinderace I knew would be on here because I mean I've used it on snow teams in the past, and you know, like I was just like, yeah, this is definitely going to fit. But in the case of things like Blissey, I was like, well, you know, we can make like a Blissey, Avalugg core, Tinglu. It's like, okay, really good special wall, but you know, weak to fighting. So it's like, you know, and also Landorus. I forgot to write that down because like obviously Land OT. Landorus fixes a lot of problems. When you're struggling to fit stuff on a team, Landorus often helps. Yeah. Oh yeah, Raging Bolt is another fair one. Bolt, and I'd say Thunderous. Therian, we can pop in there as well because I could see running that as like an electric community, like a Scarf Weather Ball or something like that. Would Avalugg or Satitan generally be better for snow teams? Depends on the team, really. I think. I mean, this is aiming to be more of a snow balance. I think if you do go with that kind of team where it's, you know, like defensive, like I have tried Satitan in Natdex and I thought it was terrible. I thought it was so bad. But yeah, so I would say I have more faith in Avalugg than Satitan, at least in National. In OU, for sure, I would say Satitan is better. In Natdex, I feel like Avalugg is going to be better because I used Satitan and it sucked. It was like the worst Pokemon ever. Oh, Weather Ball Ace would be funny, yeah. We could do that. And yeah, so Cinderace is here for court change. Someone in chat mentioned that. So yeah, just to clarify that, Cinderace is here for court change because it's really, really good at dealing with hazards. That's why it's here. As far as how we finish this team, I'm going to be honest, guys. it's not looking good. It's probably not able to be finished. What I would think would be the most natural kind of way to go about this would be like Blissey and a ground type, probably Blissey and a Lando. I mean, let's see how that looks. No resist to normal, water, psychic, or rock. I mean, with Avalugg and Blissey, resists are kind of like less important. As long as you have resist to the types they're weak to. Like, obviously we needed fighting resist. This loses to ID Zama, though. Yeah. This loses super hard to ID Zama. So, and actually I just realized there's definitely no way we run Thunderous, because that, even in snow, that might honestly prefer Hidden Power Ice to Weather Ball. Yeah, so that's not going to do. We can't be losing to Zama. Landorus is a fighting resist. Someone that said, don't you need a fighting resist? But it doesn't deal with ID Zama. I mean, like we could run like a Scorching Sands Landorus. Doesn't exactly feel great. I mean, we could do that. That might be the best solution. I want to check how much we're doing to sub Zama, though. Let's check what Zamazenta runs in this format to start. Because I know they run sub ID kind of a lot. Like, it theoretically, sub ID is on, like, based on the you know, percentages here, we should see it like 2% of the time. We're going to see it way, like, we will run into like 5 of them if we don't prepare for this. Actually, no, it should be more. I forgot to filter for higher ladder. It should be more. It should be probably like the entire stream we maybe run into 1. It's going to be more than 1. Okay. So it looks like a decent chunk are just going with the max HP angle. So we do need to be unfortunately prepared for the worst. All right. Landorus, Therian, Zama. Ooh. That is not good. So yeah, Scorching Sands, I don't think there's a world where we can afford to run that. I don't think there's a world where we can afford that. I think it'll have to be Earth Power, which is fine. It's not necessarily a huge issue. Specs Lando is actually kind of interesting. Someone said that, like, maybe partially as a joke, but Specs Weather Ball does not sound bad at all. Yeah. The other thing we should consider is that Avalugg does 1v1 Zama. Trying to think if there's anything else I get completely smoked by. Oh, Tapu Lele. Tapu Lele is pretty brutal. Like, I don't know if it's unmanageably brutal. I think we might just have to kind of roll with it. Like, we're starting the team with 3 ice types. It's not like, this isn't going to be like, this team might be good, but it's definitely going to have to play around certain matchups and certain Pokemon. It's not going to be like, you know, yeah. Iron Valiant is also brutal. Lack of prio is terrible. I have so many concerns. Like, I guess we go Sucker Punch on Ace with, like, Libero, but, like, you know? Like, we see a mixed Ival, and I mean, what happens to us? Are we never going? Yeah, our Champions OU, I don't think is a real tier. I mean, that kind of faded away. Like, as far as I know, interest in that is quite low, and I didn't like it because there were no items. Yeah, so I think we're pretty much done with Champions OU. But remember to like the stream if you're enjoying. Let's try to get a viewership record. Avalugg, right? Come on, let's try to let's give it a go. Yeah. Is it like a ground type that could work? If anyone thinks of something that could like help us here, I mean, say it, you know. But yeah, it ain't looking easy. I mean, okay, there's one. I guess we could. Okay, I could see a world where we go with a Claw's Eye here. Water absorb. No, excuse me, an unaware one. I could see this world. And you might say, yes, we're super weak to ground, but the Lug should handle most ground types. Yeah. But let's start with this. But I think there are other options, and then there's always the AV Mola over Blissey angle, which could be worth a try. You know, Mola. Although, you know, certain special attackers can overpower AV Mola, and then you're just kind of left not feeling so good. That's a Zygarde. Well, we kind of need a Stealth Rocker, right? We don't want to be counting on... all of the defensive staples that patch your weaknesses are redundant with Ace is the issue. I'm not sure what that sentence means. If you're saying Ace is the issue, though, I mean, defensively, maybe true, sure, but you cannot have 3 ice types, none of which are wearing boots, and then not have Cinderace. I mean, you're going to get smoked. You're going to regret everything. Yeah, okay. And there's like, I was thinking, Nah, for a second I was like, is there a world where we can maybe make this like an Avalugg like offense, like go even more offensive? But I don't really think so. I think if you're gonna make Avalugg work, it kind of has to be a somewhat defensive team. All right, so let's fill this in and see what we can do. Yeah, Ghost type would be very nice. Yeah, I mean it would be, right? But such is life. Okay, so I think we go leftovers on Lando because we have no way of healing this. And let's see how much we need to break Zama sub with Earth Power. There we go, 72. That's not too bad. So it's going to be, yeah, 72 special attack. And do we care about outspeeding Raging Bolt here? I don't honestly think we do. So I think we just go a little bit for King Gambit, and then it'll be max HP, and then we put the rest in defense. That seems good. Where do we go? Minus. Oh, attack, right? Because we're just gonna run like U-turn there. Okay, so that'll be U-turn, toxic, EP, stealth rock. I was hoping to run taunt on this, but you know, desperate times, right? Okay. Oh, you know, that someone mentioned that I totally do need to build Dracozolt. Let me write that down. That's going to be a fun one. I mean, like, well, I say fun, kind of fun. I mean, because Gliscor completely ends its existence. Maybe Banded. Maybe Banded would be the move. Maybe CB for Gliscor. Let me write that down too. Maybe CB Outrage. Anyway, let's lock back in. So yeah, this is a Lando that will pretty well get past Zama, I think, I hope. HDB on the Blissey. Yep, Natural Cure. Soft Boiled. It's going to be Toxic, Seismic Toss, and Teleport. If we don't want this team to be super passive, we need something like this. So this is definitely the move. I think we can go plus special here. Yeah, this seems fine. And honestly, actually, let's go with the 4 in speed just for like tying other Blissey. Because actually, well, no, that's actually not good, isn't it? Yeah, it's actually not good. Let's actually go. Do we go minus? Do we go full? I don't think we do that either. Let's go 30 for like an average Blissey. And if someone wants to go minimum speed, they'll just get us. Because Seismic Toss, you sometimes do want the speed for. So we'll go Pyro Ball, U-Turn, and Sucker Punch. Gives us some prio. It's not Ace Libero Sucker Punch is not. It's not amazing, but it's something. This, I want to go Leftover Substitute. This is the set that is most effective at breaking stall. I think we need to go... Do we need to go speed boosting? We don't. We can go Adamant. Yes. Okay, so let me just double check this to make sure I'm not going crazy, but I don't think I am. Yeah, and Snow. Okay, so like Adamant. Yeah, we're good. Wait, no, hold on. That's not max speed, Zama. Yeah, okay, so we need how much? 1, 2... Okay, we have to run 244, which is fine. And then we go max Adamant, and a little more, and there. Okay. How would the team fare with Roar Tusk over Ace? I think very poorly, because we wouldn't have Ace to court change hazards. Rapid Spin is not a substitute for court change. Court change actively punishes your opponent if they try to stack up too many hazards. That's yeah, it's if we have a great Tusk, our opponent has absolutely no problem throwing up Stealth Rock. We have to burn a turn every time they do that. If they throw up Stealth Rock when there's an Ace here, if we play our cards right, that can be a bad thing for them. 1 T-Tar and it's GG's. I don't think so. I don't think so. Okay, so as far as the set here, we are going to go Bolt Beak. And in the past, I've run Freeze Dry. I don't think we need that. I think I'm going to go Icicle Crash. Main reason is Clodsire walls us if we go Freeze Dry. And it also one-hit KOs Gliscor. For Icicle Crash does, whereas Freeze Dry typically doesn't, because a lot of the Gliscor are especially defensive. So I don't feel the need to run Freeze Dry on this at all. I think that was probably a mistake last time. And Low Kick last. Obviously this destroys Kingambit, destroys Tyranitar, destroys Ferrothorn, which is the right way to pronounce it, I recently learned. But it's so dumb. Like, it should be... Anyway, it's fine. Yeah, this is the Zolt set we're going with. I wanted Leftovers so it can kind of like heal itself up slowly through Blissey in these like longer games, like Teleport in, you know, a little bit of Anyway, so we got Helmet, we got Ice Body. Is it a good idea for Court Change to be your only option for hazard control? No, that'd be a bad idea. That's why we have Avalugg as well. Now, if we run into a hazard stack team that also has a Ghost type, that also isn't like weak to Arctozolt, and we can't really play quick game against, I mean, yeah, like, it happens. But in those matchups where they do have like a Ghost type plus hazards, that's one of those situations where we just kind of need to play aggressively. And, you know, I think the other thing is, like, yes, our teams, these three are obviously really weak to hazard, but they can still come in a couple times. You know, Avalugg can still come in on rocks and be okay against a lot of physical attackers. But yeah, anyway, let's plug in this Ninetales here. Or I think we've got every other set done. It's just the Ninetales waiting on now, right? Yeah. So, obviously, Snow Warning. Aurora Veil is a no-brainer. Even, you might say, isn't Aurora Veil bad with Cinderace? Yeah, it's 5 turns, though. If we were running Light Clay, Aurora Veil plus Cinderace, I would have some misgivings about that. But this, Yeah, this does. I don't think this does learn. Oh, it does learn Ice Shard, but yeah, it's gonna do like 0 damage. I'm not convinced that that's it's really. Yeah. Zolt does not learn Ice Shard, if that's where the question was asked about. Lug does have spin. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like we do have Lug. So Cinderace alone would be a bad idea, but we don't just have Cinderace. We have Lug. Not gonna lie, I forgot Avalugg existed. Yeah, fair enough. Actually, I wonder if Lug. How do we deal with like a T-Tar? Like how about like Avalugg against like a max 8 max attack, Mega T-Tar Stone Edge. Whoa! Oh no, that's in snow. Okay, so yeah, we can't switch in on Tyranitar in sand clicking Stone Edge. That will do it to us. But we have defensive Lando for that. It's pink a stall. This is not a stall team. This is not a team designed to last forever. It really is not. The other thing I'm worried about is just lack of offensive presence. We have 2 offensive Pokemon here basically, Cinderace and Zolt. I feel like we're counting on Zolt so heavily to do anything. The Ninetales, there are 2 possibilities with Ninetales. So there's a support set. Because Ninetales set is a bit awkward. So there is support, and then there is nasty plot. I don't. So I think I want to actually go Encore. I want to try like a mix, like a supporting set that also can mess you up. But I think we do go HP invested still. We'll see. Maybe we switch this out. Maybe it's bad. We could also run Snowscape on it to deny, weather. There's also stuff like like Safeguard. I forget what is it called. Yeah, protecting from status, like that's not bad. It's like doesn't also get like Lucky Chant? Okay, it does not get that. But Safeguard's an option. Encore, Moonblast. Let's start with Nasty Plot, and if it's not ever doing anything, we just switch off of it. We could, okay. We could drop Encore and run NP. But like, do you run Freeze Dry Blizzard? I think you still need Veil. I mean, okay, there is NP, Blizzard, F-Dry. There is a possibility, I guess we go NP, Blizzard, F-Dry, Moonblast, but then we can't have Veil, so it's... Let's start with this and we'll just see how it goes. I do build defensive teams. The reason I don't often build so many defensive teams in SV is just because that's not the meta. But you look at my Generation 8 portfolio, I've got no problem building bulkier teams. Random question, what do you think about +6 being the highest stat? It's such an arbitrary number. I think it's good though. Yeah, like any higher than that would be insane. One could argue it's already a bit high. You can maybe say like +4 might be good. But yeah, I think multiplying every stat by 4, I think that's a good point to be at. So, okay, we got Natural Cure, we got the defensive Lando with EP, we got the Ace, we got the Libero, attack invested. We have Slush Rush, we got the investment there. We got our coffee table. Snow warning. I think we're ready to go. Let's rock and roll. I don't know what ELO we're at. We're about to find out together. Average kindergartner. I didn't know they restricted you from that. I thought they just put a ... Okay, well, we're going to change it to kindergartner. Is Veil overkill with the snow defense boost? I mean, yeah, in the context of just Avalugg we're looking at. Yeah, and this metal's for... Oh, okay, we're 1768. That's like a decent ELO to start this at. Yeah, in the context of Avalugg, is Aurora Veil an overkill? Yes, but there are other Pokemon on the team. It's not just the Lug. Okay, so Zolt looks really, actually quite nice here. I think I like to just kick it off with Tails. We can threaten stuff with a Blizzard. We can get up a Veil. Tails looks good. Could Glamora be subbed in for Lando because of rocks? No. Then we'd lose to Zamazenta, and we wouldn't have a fighting resist. So that would not go so well. Okay, we're just going to click Blizzard. Okay, and it looks like one of these Sash leads. Totally fine by me. Let me... Ooh, do we... I think... I'm trying to think, do we Veil? I think we Veil up. I think we Veil up. Boom. Okay, yeah, it did 0. Good to see. Volcarona. Yeah, we have... I think Ace is actually the better option here. I think we go into that. Okay. I'm going to make a greedy play. I'm going to court change before I go into the lug. You definitely lose to lug. There's no way you're sub DD taunt. So I'm just going to ID up, and you're not going to like that. There's no way you're sub DD taunt. Yeah, check. +1 waterfall to that Gyarados just did that much. 0. Absolutely 0. Let's body press here. Try to catch a switch. There's the Terapagos. Yes, sirree. That did a ton of damage. How much is Terra Starstorm doing? It does not kill. Terra Starstorm does not kill. That being said, I think we keep Avalugg alive. Over, like, yeah, if they want to spin, that's fine. We can just poison this thing here. Cool. And I'm fine to teleport, I think. I think surely a switch. Actually, let's just soft boiled anyway. Yeah, that's fine. And then here, I think we can... Ooh, do we want a Toxic here? Let's go Tails. We can get up Snow, and then we can go into the lug. Okay, they go into Ival. Yeah, I mean, nothing kills us here, right? So I'm feeling pretty fine to just Aurora Veil. See what they want to do. Okay, CC, that's honestly even better. Yeah, that definitely makes it, like, very easy to take out. We can go into our Lando here. Okay, we see mixed. I'm actually going to rock up here then. There is no urgency. I can set hazards. Yeah, fine. I mean, yeah, if they want to spin here, like, that's okay. I'm trying to think how much is yeah, I'm just not worried about this. I'm actually going to rock again. Yeah. And here I'll go for the U-turn. I think okay, they just rapid spin again. All right, well played. That's fine. Yeah, they should die here, but we still have this up. So it's time to go into Kindergartner. This is going to just probably smoke something with a Bolt Beak. Also, getting the defense boost is really nice on Zolt. Garrett. Yeah, so the plan here on their part, I think, is they're going to go into Volcarona afterward. That's fine. I mean, if you want to, like, try to go for the Flame Body, I don't really care. I think it'll go fine for me anyways. Okay, they go for that. That works out. Ival comes in. How much their CC is not killing. Bolt Beak is doing a good chunk. Yeah, we can throw off 1 Bolt Beak. Just chip this for next time. And there's the Moonblast coming out, which is going to be fine. We can go... We can just go Tails here and then just win the game with Bolt Beak. I think that's fine. Yeah. Like, I think Wellspring survives, but I don't think it can kill us in return. Yeah, a very small chance to, and it's actually likely to die, which is insane. Yeah, Wellspring is likely to die to this. Like, over an 80% chance, and with critical hits included, that's even more. That's insane. GG. Okay, yeah, Hyper Offense got absolutely packed up, and Avalugg was a crucial part of that. That was a complete stomping. And we get another HO. Okay, probably bodes well for us. Kyurem does worry me, for sure. feel like Araquanid is kind of good for us to see, though. I feel like we kind of like to see that. I feel like I want to kick this off with a Blissey or a Landorus. I think Landorus may be a bit better because like the Blissey angle, if we go with that, and there's a chance like Sarah, there's some scary stuff. Landorus, if we lead on Araquanid, we can just U-turn, and we're not worried about webs because we could just court change it. So, okay, that's fine. Like, I have no problem just clicking U-turn here. Yeah, I mean, hey, that was a good game one. You got to like the stream for that. Like, that was an absolute destruction of our opponent there. Okay, Blissey comes in. Let's see. Okay, it's Surf. I'm just going to click Toxic. If you go into Gold, fine. Okay, cool. We poison the Araquanid. That's good. Get this thing on a timer. That is always nice. These things are really slow, aren't they? So I think if Zolt comes in, even with webs, right, we're going to be faster. Yeah, we're definitely faster. So we can just go Zolt here, just port into that, and then okay, they're going into the pincer direction. That's fine. I'm just going to go into Ace, and we just click Pyro Ball here. We don't try to court change right away. That's greedy. There's no need to be in a rush. Let's just go for the Pyro Ball. Okay, in comes Moth. We aren't threatened to die, and let's look at our odds to kill. Our odds to kill look. Oh wait, hold on. 0 HP here. Our odds to kill are not amazing, but we can Sucker Punch, and then they are amazing. And yeah, obviously they would just attack there. So okay, looking good. Things are looking up this game as well. Pincer comes in. Okay, Mega Pincer. How much are you taking for? Okay, we don't kill with a Pyro Ball anymore, which I mean makes sense. I think we can U-turn for a little bit of chip and then just go into Tails. Seems fine. And then just into the Lug. Yep. And then this is the easiest Avalugg ever. How much is Ace taking from return? Because I'm considering doubling that the turn afterward. That's not so good. I was hoping it would take a lot less than that. But okay, so we see that, yeah, we see that. We see the Ice Body. Pincer Frustration did, like, nothing. A part of me wants to go Ace here, but I'm wondering if we need to risk that. Let me check, like, Arc Dissolve. How much would Arc Dissolve be with the speed? Okay, so it's not outspeeding Gold, which is kind of rough. That did -2% WTF. Let's go Landorus. I think that's a better middle ground here. Okay, great. Glad we caught that. In comes this. I'm going to go for the Toxic. We don't want to hit this thing right away. That could go poorly for us. The other thing Toxic does, which is very nice, is it kind of puts this in on a timer. That is great. Please hit. Oh, beautiful. That is a great hit to get. Blissey is not that important here. It's pretty much just here for pivot on Gold, so I think we scout with Blissey first. And okay, that's, yeah, no problem there. Let's port. Nasty plot. Okay, so this is where things get scary because we do need to hit this Pyro Ball, right? Like, we do need to hit this. If we hit this, we're totally fine. Ooh, Endure. Okay, you don't see that every day. Oh, they're Custab. I think Slack is better there. Yeah, Custab. No, there were no worlds in which I let that happen to me. Okay, Sarah Ledge comes in. Yeah, this is a hard Landorus into the Toxic. I think we can live. Okay, please hit this Landorus. Good. Okay, good. In that case, I think we're all set. I don't think there's anything to really be worried about. This thing's Poltergeist has a chance to kill. Bitterblade does not have a chance to kill. I'll tell you what we can do. I think we can actually... If snow is up, let me check this. Weather, snow. No, I don't quite think we can go in an ID. It's really close, which is hilarious. But I don't quite think we can pull it off. How much is Cinderace Sucker Punch doing to this thing? So we probably just let something die. What'll it be? Like, we win. Wow, we win with court change. Zolt after this. So. Okay, I think here's what I think we do. I think we go Ninetales. I think we then go Lug. I'm gonna try the ID because it'd be funny, but even if it doesn't work, like we end up in a fine spot. Yeah, because of all the toxic damage and such. Yeah, that'll do too much. But it was kind of close. Oh, I just realized we should not have sacked that because now we don't have Zolt. Okay, no, that was a very dumb play on my part. Apologies. Well, okay, well, what I could do is court change here. That could go poorly. I think we're still fine, but sacking Tails was a throw. That was a bad play. Yeah, no, that's not really worth. That's not really doing anything for me. Let's just U-turn into Zolt. Yeah, this will be able to low kick pretty well here. Just remember, Avalugg was viable in OU in Sword and Shield. No, it what? What is this fake news? Okay, there we go. Killed the Curon with a swift low kick. Yeah, this still could go poorly for us if we miss. You know, if we miss a Pyro Ball, that could be bad. Okay, they forfeit. Cool, GG. All right, we're 2-0. Please like the stream. Let's make this. Let's. I think record is like 360 something. So we're like kind of close. We're kind of close. HF. Okay. Zolt here looks amazing. It looks so good. This Zolt looks so good here. Okay, they're pretty low, so we've got to be aware of that too. How do we kick this off? I think I like Landorus. I think there's nothing wrong with just throwing off, like, try to get off Toxic here. Okay, gold lead, sure. I think Blissey is fine. We can go into that, port out. Well, or do we just, I'm worried this will, like, do some, like, trick nonsense. Maybe I just throw off an Earth Power. Let's just throw off an Earth Power and see what this thing wants to do. Only thing that kills us here would be like a Corkscrew Crash. Please don't have Corkscrew. Like, oh, okay, we survive because Landorus is insane. Whew, thank you, Landorus. Appreciate that. Huge thank you for that. Okay, let's pour it out here. All right, and the gold is doing its Goldango shenanigans where it heals up and all that. We could we get in Landorus and try to heal it up a little bit. That's an angle. I think Ace is better. I'm gonna go for the Pyro Ball here. We'll see what kind of set this Zapdos is. Feeny comes in. Okay, let's run a. Okay, so it's leftovers. Feeny confirmed. Good to know. I mean, yeah, it's always a bit of an awkward one. Let's start with just a U-turn. I think that calc shows that this Feeny is probably more on the defensive side. Definitely more on the defensive side. There should be an extension that automatically types GLHF in chat when battle starts. I mean, doesn't that kind of a little bit destroy the point of saying GLHF? Okay, well, let's see. I think I go Tails here. Okay, Okay, Scald. Actually, I mean, I guess that kind of makes sense. Let's go into Kindergartner here. I think it's time we get this going. Cool. Oh, in comes gold. Okay, that's. Let's check the Landorus EP damage. Okay, that should have done. So this is a defensive Goldengo. More defensive Goldengo, at least. Yeah, it's max HP. Yeah, so this is like the worst set we could have run into. Let's go Blissey here. Okay. That was a play. I mean, oh, maybe they were worried about like band or something. I guess I don't really know. Yeah, so this is a bit scary. Yeah, we can't. Okay, let's go Landorus just to kind of try to heal that up. Oh, okay. All right. I mean, hey, good on you, I guess. That was well played. Let's now that we have Snow Boost and it's not doing much with Earthquake, let's go into Zolt and go for the Icicle Crash here. Flinch would be great. Oh yeah, that's another reason to go. I don't know why I was running Freeze Dry last time. That was honestly a terrible play. I don't say GL because it's performative. I agree. I don't say GL either. I don't want my opponent to get good luck. Are you kidding me? I say HF. I want them to have fun. I definitely don't want them to get good luck. Okay, let's Icicle Crash again, please. Flinch would be cool. Just don't miss though. Like you don't need to flinch, Zolt, but you can't be getting critical hit. Okay, Bolt Beak now, even to a max HP set, I think is a kill. Yes, it is. We could sub as well. I think I'll go for the sub. Yeah, okay, this is why we have substitute for situations exactly like that. This is why we run sub. Oh, come on, Arc to Zolt. You had one job. All right, let's encore this. I mean, that was so bad. That miss was so bad. I go gold. Yeah, you're gonna get to heal that up. That was so bad, dude. Very frustrating. Okay, and there's the lob. We're just this is so not going well. Okay, yeah, I mean this. Yeah, okay. Next time we go hard Blissey on the gold. Let's go Lug here. The funny thing, they'll be thinking they're all set. They'll be thinking like, oh, I can just go for a quick CC. Check that out. Yep, that's right. Okay, let's go into Kindergartner. And let's go for the Icicle Crash here. We've got to play this aggressively. We've got to make some plays happen. We've got a game. But we clicked sub last time. They might be more aware now. Let's go for the Bolt Beak. Okay, thank heavens I changed my play up there. We would have been in big trouble if not. Okay, EQ doesn't kill. Two Icicle Crashes probably does it. We've got to go for it. There's a chance for flinches. There's a chance for over predictions. We got neither, okay? And we got not a great roll either, but we've got to keep clicking. Okay, that's huge. Tinglu down. That's huge. We might just be managing to bring this one back. Just maybe. Okay. I'm going to go for the port here, I think. I think we go for the port. Substitute. Okay. That's okay. I think that's okay. I'm trying to, because, yeah, we can heal up Zolt a little bit, which is not bad. It's a bit predictable, though. So I think let's go into Ace and let's U-turn. Go Blissey, and I'm going to go for the Toxic here. In predicting the Lopunny coming in hard is the idea. Okay, please don't get frozen. Poisoning the Kyurem is a better prize than I could have imagined. I'm going to Toxic again. Okay, once again predicting, but we didn't get it that time. That's fine. Okay. I can't imagine a world in which you click Scald here. So let's go into Tails to try to get Hail up. Okay, Taunt. Taunt is, we can work with Taunt. We can work with Taunt. Let's get in Blissey now. And I think I go into Zolt here. Ooh, but that's, it's a bit of a blatant play. I should have clicked Aurora Veil there. Let's teleport. Or no, let's soft build. God. Okay. Yes. Let's Seismic Toss a little bit, and then swap Zolt. Swap Zolt here. If they get us, they get us. Oh, come on. Okay, that's, yeah, oh well. Is there a, I don't think there's a world where we can win at this point. I should have just clicked Veil on the thing I totally threw. We could, like, yeah, we kind of have some plays we can kind of make, but it's yeah, it's not looking good. Yeah. I threw that. Yeah, should have just clicked Veil on the Feeny, then we could have gotten Zolt in safely. Completely through the game. That is super frustrating. Should not have lost that. Should not have lost that. Yeah, like there was some elements of bad RNG too, like with the missing the Lou was obviously a big deal, but if I just clicked Veil on the Feeny there. Oh no, but I could, oh, we were taunted. No, I didn't throw. Okay, yeah, we just got red. Sometimes you just get red then in that case. I guess that wasn't that bad. But okay, Zolt like pretty much leads and 6-0s this team. So that's good. But we do kind of need Snow, otherwise the Gliscor sort of gets us. So I'm going to lead Tails. Yeah, I was taunted. Okay, so I'm remembering wrong. I was taunted. Yeah, but that was just, yeah. I mean, yeah. You sometimes a combination of you lose some reads and a bit of bad RNG. I could have like tried to sack Cinderace. I wonder if that was the play. Was sacking Cinderace to get Zolt in a better play? Probably it was. Yeah, probably it was. I think I was in a commanding enough spot that I could have afforded to make such a play. Yeah. So I think that was the mistake. Probably should have sacked Cinderace. Okay, all right, we kick it off with Tails. Let's go Blissey. Yeah, okay. We're doing this annoying thing. Let's start the process. Yeah, oh, we can't even go into yeah, okay, this is actually super frustrating. Yeah, because we get, okay. We have to court change. I should have been more aware of the Toxapex lead. Yeah, and we get poisoned. Let's go Blissey here for the port. Okay. So I'm actually going to go for a hard Bolt Beak here. I'm going to go for it again. Catching the Pex coming in. Okay. I mean, yeah, I guess that's a play. Okay, let's Icicle Crush. Okay, I mean, at least kind of worked. Okay, we kill the Claude. Let's go Bliss. We're off a soft boiled here. Doesn't this whole team? No, so Chansey actually tanks. If we look at Chansey damage, oh no, it doesn't. What am I talking about? I thought Chansey took like 30 from this. Zolt is crazy. Okay, I underestimated Zolt, big time. I guess we like size here. But yeah, they just want to set T-spikes. That's fine. I can port. Let's go into Lando. We can throw off an EP. Okay. Knock, Tox, but yeah, this is not fun. I mean, okay, there is the lug play. I guess we do. I mean, what else is it here for, right? Okay. I mean, that did a lot. Let's go into the kindergartner here. Okay, great. We got it. I'm going... Ooh, do we sub? I'm worried about Baneful. I don't think it'll be Baneful. Let's go for the Bolt Beak. It lives, and we die to a Sludge Bomb. What were the... That did... How much did it do? 91. We got a minimum roll. A very close to an absolute minimum roll. All right, I'm not saying GG there. Yeah. I mean, what are you gonna do? You get it. So yeah, okay. Sure. All right. Yeah, that's. I mean, sure. Yeah, just saddle me with. We won that game if we did not get a minimum roll there. Maximum defense, absolute max, which they probably were. Took 89 minimum, and it's a Shedinja stall, and we lose to this because we can't touch it. Yeah, we can't touch shit. I forgot about that. I forgot we gotta have a pursuit Pokemon on every team for these matchup fishers. Well, yeah. Well, high implies I think you knew I was streaming, and I'm guessing you knew I couldn't touch Shedinja. Gliscor wasn't a problem. Hazards are a problem. You might notice the Toxapex was the issue. Yeah, no, oh my god. Nothing like losing a stall game to a minimum roll. Feels terrible. And now, we just have no answer for this. Yeah, Hail would have shut this down. I mean, yeah, like, well, high. Like, I feel like they knew I was streaming and were just like, what if I try to snipe Pink Cross with a team I know they cannot beat because of Arctozolt? A team that relies on Arctozolt to break is absolutely losing to Shedinja every time. I don't think Ninetales gets Pursuit, does it? I think we can throw it on there. No, it doesn't. Okay, yeah, I mean, yeah, this is just... Do I even want to try? Like, we'll try playing this out in case our opponent completely throws. There is literally, they have to be completely garbage to lose this game. Like, there is not even a single reason that they should. Yeah, they should not lose this game. Yeah, like they know. I don't think. Yeah, there's no world here. I'm going to Icicle Crash again. Maybe they double out. Yeah, let's just forfeit. Okay. Yeah, there is so no way. This 3 Pokemon. How many Pokemon can't touch it? Yeah, 3 Pokemon can't touch Shedinja. No Pursuit. Like, no, you're gonna lose. There's no way you win that. Okay, let's stall proof the team. I mean, it's so. Why do we run into Shedinja so often? Like, this Pokemon is not high usage. Like 0.8%, and yet somehow isn't it funny that I have these regularly scheduled streams? It seems like every time we have a team that loses to Shedinja, every time we happen to just run into it. It's just funny, isn't it? No, there was no chance I was gonna win. Half my team gets walled by Shedinja, the other half gets walled by Gliscor. I don't care how bad my opponent is. They were 1600s. That makes them about a million times better than they need to have been to win that matchup. You need to actually be playing on a random number generator to lose that matchup, and even then, it would be a pretty tough play. It would be pretty tough for me. I'd have to wait until the random number generator leaves in Shedinja and sacks it. Like, to win that, for my opponent to lose that game, they would have been actively trying to throw. Yeah. So I mean, there was nothing I could do about that. Okay. Just put Hail. Hail is not a real answer there. I don't think. Shed is popular on ladder. I have empirical evidence right here showing that shed is not popular on ladder. What are you talking about? No, hail, you can use hail. And they have a weird thing. Whoops. Yeah, they have a weird thing where you can do hail and snowscape. I guess. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of. Let's. I think we do still go. Oh, I think we go Encore though. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of hail, but I guess that kind of works. But even then, I don't really think that does work. No, I don't, because then you have too few turns. Like the Shedinja just can kind of stall that out, and the Zolth, like they can go T spikes to block. Yeah, it's just it just doesn't work. Yeah, hail does exist though. Yeah. No, it's not. Look, I'm showing the stats right here. That was the elo our opponent was at. They were at 1630 plus. Look at Shedinja. Look at the Shedinja usage. 0.7%. It's not popular. I didn't. Oh, were you the Shedinja? Okay. Exposed as fraud team build. I mean, yeah, no, it's yeah. I have no evidence. I guess yeah. I gotta back up because I forget people sometimes go like get angry. Opponent definitely. There's a chance they definitely weren't sniping, but I run into unbeatable Shedinja matchups a massively disproportionate amount of the time. Definitely some of the Shedinja I've run into have been intentional snipes. Was that one? I don't know. Probably not. Well, probably not. I feel like most suspected. I don't know what percentage of suspected snipes actually are, but you know, innocent till proven guilty is kind of is a good policy. Yeah. Let's see. But no, I don't think hail is the right approach here. Is someone arguing I could have won that matchup? You had double time. Oh my god. Okay, it's got to be rage bait. Someone say no. Yeah, the fact. Okay, my opponent never had a reason to leave Shedinja in on Blissey or Landorus or Cinderace. They would only switch it into the Pokemon that couldn't touch it. Why in a billion years would my opponent have just left it in to die? Right? They wouldn't have. Let's see here. I mean, there's like payback. Is there a ground type person? I mean, yeah, there are. I'm pretty sure there's Crocodile. I don't know. I think it's not very good, but it is technically a Pokemon that can do that. Yeah, Crocodile is probably the best Pokemon that can do that. So that's not so good. All right. No, okay. Look, I gotta clarify here, guys. My frustration is very much game centered here. Like, we're still just trying to make this team work. Let's not blow this out of proportion. Like, that's obviously frustrating, and I could just sit here and be like, you know, I do my best to show my frustration in how I'm feeling, because that's, you know, you can only hear my voice, so I'm doing my best to communicate that. But like, I'm not like losing it right now. You know, it happens. It's frustrating. It happens. And at the end of the day, it's an Avalugg building stream. So if you're sensing tension, then you're like thinking I'm like about to fly off the handle. Don't worry. We're not there. We're all good. But yeah, no, I don't think hail is the fix though. I don't think hail is the fix. Maybe stall out Gliscor, protect PP. Yeah, this team would lose to Hazard Stack long before we managed to stall out. And like, what would stalling out Gliscor protect PP do? It doesn't need protect. They switch in Tox Specs for Cinderace. They switch in Gliscor for these two. It doesn't need protect to stay healthy against either of them. It has knockoff and spike. Like, no, that, or no, that was the other team I was thinking. But no, that last matchup that I just forfeited from was 1 billion% unwinnable. There was never ever any chance of winning that unless my opponent like just clicked the wrong button and switched their shit engine in on like a pyro ball. My opponent had to be going insane. Yeah. You are rude when do you mean rude when replying to you? Because you have a ton of attitude, FD. I hate saying your name. I don't know. But no. I mean, yeah, no, there was no chance of winning that. Let's see. Yeah, how do we address this issue? Like, I feel like we need a King Gambit, but then that just does not work. Someone said idea with exclamation points, hoping they have an idea and aren't just saying that to hope in the hopes that someone will get inspired by someone saying an idea, but we'll see. That room I forgot the name of that turns off items. Oh, yeah, magic room. I'm afraid that is not going to work. Yeah, no, that'd be very easy to just stall out with switching around and clicking protect, and then we'd also need hazards up for that to work, which, yeah, because we often are going to be court changing, and yeah, no, that's not going to work. Make Arctozolt shiny. I mean, I feel like the shiny form's not that good. No, I kind of like the regular one better. Oh no, wait, is it Wonder Room or is it Magic Room? I think Magic Room is the items. Wonder Room is switching like attack and special attack or something. Or no, it's switching defense and special defense. That's what it is. Let's see. Big brain SR Gambit time. I mean, yeah, there's... Okay, what if you replace Blissey with a Chilly Reception Glow King so you can replace Ninetales with a Pursuiter? If we're running an Arctozolt and an Alolan and an Avalugg, you cannot get rid of your auto Snow Setter. That is not an option, I'm afraid. It is definitely not an option. Okay, let's look at Pursuit Pokemon. I guess like Weavile's an Ice type. We probably don't want to go with that though. Probably rather go with Gambit. Wonder is items, magic is defenses. I don't think so. Does it show it when you type it in? No, it doesn't show it. We're gonna check this. Let's see. Am I going crazy? Magic Room is items. 5 turns, held items have no effect. Okay, cool. I'm not going crazy. Lug plus screens isn't good. I mean, it's just, we're just throwing, it's not like we're running Lug screens. It's just that we have a Ninetales, and it makes sense to throw Aurora Veil on it because Aurora Veil is a really good move. It's not like we're running lug screens, you know? It's this... I'm the Shedinja guy. Just put an unexpected move and don't reveal it on Shed Protect and you're fine. I mean, yeah, but like, not really? No, because, I mean, okay, what am I supposed to do? Put like Rock Slide on Avalugg and like Ancient Power on Alola Ninetales, or like Payback on Arc. Like, running a terrible move on Pokemon that's going to make you worse in 99% of matchups is not something you can really do as a builder, you know? Like, would putting Payback over Low Kick on my Arctozolt help my Shedinja matchup? Sure. And it would make me worse in 99% of games. You know, it wouldn't be worthwhile. Yeah, like, no. Ancient Power, no. Like, because it's going to suck. It's going to only be used for Shedinja. I would rather construct the team with the Pursuit Trapper and find a way to make that work. I'm trying to... Here's what do we need to do? I mean... Like, there's one angle where we just take the team in a more offensive direction, but then the problem there is... the problem there is Kingambit, or excuse me, yeah, if we take the team in a more offensive direction, it's like, what's Avalugg doing here? Have you ever tried Meteor Beam Arctozolt? No. Ancient Power only makes you worse in 90% of games. It's like 99.3% of games. It's, yeah. Deep, I mean, no, Dark Pulse on Tails is not a real answer. Because then it's like, once again, it's still a useless move. And then if you get it wrong, if the Shedinja, not only might the Shedinja protect on the Dark Pulse, it might switch out predicting something. It might, and there's no pressure with Ninetales. There's absolutely no pressure with Ninetales. The stall player, they might switch into Blissey, they might go into Toxapex to get T-Spikes up. Ninetales is not a scary Pokemon. You need if you're going to go with that unexpected move strategy, which I even doubt even on something like Arctozolt, but you need it to be on a Pokemon that forces Shedinja in. You need that on something like Arctozolt. You put Dark Pulse on Alola Tails, that's not like, oh, now you beat Shedinja. If your opponent knows, you're definitely screwed. And if they don't know, like, why would they go Shedinja on your Alola Tails? Right? They might just go into their Toxapex. They'll go into their Blissey, go into their Corviknight, whatever. So no, that's not a solution. You need it to be on the Pokemon that forces the Shedinja onto the field. And that has to be Arctozolt here. And Arctozolt, to sacrifice a slot on Arctozolt for like Ancient Power would be really bad. That would suck. Let's see. I mean, yeah, I don't think there's any... like, I guess... I mean, it doesn't even... I was thinking for a second, I was considering maybe like sub-Toxic, put Toxic over Low Kick, which would be a little worse probably, but it doesn't even get that. So that's just not an answer. Yeah, Stone Edge is not worthwhile. No, it's just... Yeah, it's not going to work. May run Trick on something? No. It's a sub 1% matchup. Leave it. Let's just play games. I understand where you're coming from, but I'm not going to do that. It's I never want to click play with a team I know is bad unless it is unsalvageable, at which point I'll just give up and be like, yeah, let's just game. Okay. You just go into a vicious cycle of countering this specific matchup just to lose to everything else. That's actually precisely what I'm not doing. There's a reason I'm not sitting here and throwing Ancient Power onto Arctozolt. That's because I want to rebuild the team to be solid against that matchup while also maintaining or improving being good against everything else. If I was okay with throwing away, for a better Shedinja matchup, I would just be sitting here putting Ancient Power on Arctozolt. The fact that I'm sitting here and thinking this through is exactly my opposition to making other matchups and other aspects of the team worse for the sake of Shedinja. Pursuit. Okay. Low kick is for Curem. It is for Kingambit as well. Remember, Kingambit uses Sucker Punch. That means it goes first, and your Bolt Beak doesn't do very much damage when the Kingambit goes first. T-Tar, difference between dying and doing a lot to a T-Tar is a huge difference for Arctozolt. And then there's also Ferrothorn. So no, the low kick is there's Melmetal too, right? Well, actually, I think Bolt Beak is fine for Melm, but no, the low kick is a very good move you want to have on that. Yeah. What's your highest GXE? I don't know. I always do stuff on my main, so my GXE is never really that good, which is that's just kind of how I do it. I don't want to be starting new accounts and laddering them up all the time. I mean, it's got to be a Kingambit somehow, some way, somehow. Mm-hmm. Hail Ninetales isn't, it's not, there's nothing wrong with it. It's that it's not, in my mind, it's not that real of a Shedinja answer. Because, like, here's the situation, right? First of all, I don't even know if, let's be generous and assume, I don't know how the mechanic works, but let's suppose Hail can cancel your Snow Warning, because it definitely needs to. We can't leave in Ninetales for like 8 turns. So you Hail to cancel your Snow Warning. But right, here's what happens. You click Hail. Your opponent realizes, oh, they went for the Hail. They go into their, whatever, I'm trying to think, like, what would you have on a stall team for this? First of all, every time you go into Tails, to click that Hail, right? Because you have to click the move. They could just go into their Blissey or whatever and start spamming Toxic over and over, so your Zolt can't really enter. You could, or their Chansey, right? Then you could maybe go into Blissey and you can teleport, but that's a turn to manual set, a turn to switch into Blissey, turn to teleport. Then you have to substitute so you don't get poisoned. That's now, what, I think 4 turns left they have to stall before they can go into Shedinja. So a good stall player is not going to just let their Shedinja die to Hail. It's not a real solution, is the reason I'm not going with Hail, is I don't think that's actually an answer for Shedinja. Yeah, no, Shedinja's never going to kill itself on a Rocky Helmet. No. They run Poltergeist. They sometimes, yeah, they do use Shadow Sneak, but it would never click it against. There's no reason to click it. Yeah, hoping the Shedinja player is really bad and throws is not an approach I'm willing to go with. Let's see. Kingambit, I mean, is an option. I mean, this is what I've done in the past, which is probably the best angle here. Triple Dark Gambit is not bad at all, in my opinion. We lose our Rocker. We lose our Zama answer. So that's not good. gives us kind of a gold switch in, so that's nice. I think but then like if the team's more offensive, then why the heck is there an Avalugg here, right? That's like my it's my concern. I guess it would have to be a Glow King, I would think, right? Because then that kind of answers Zama, and it gives us a special wall, makes us even weaker to ground. But I guess we're really gonna hope Lug. I mean, let's try it, right? Let's try it. Sludge Bomb, Toxic, and we'll go. Let's go Flamethrower last. Like that's often good. Gives us a grounded poison, which is nice. Yeah, we're really counting on Lug to help with these ground types. We'll see if it can do it. And we'll go, we don't need Hail anymore, so we'll go, the Nasty, we haven't been using Nasty Plot, so let's see what would be good for this last slot. I mean, honestly, Hail might be okay. Heal Bell is an interesting idea. Forget it got that. I don't think we really need Heal Bell all that much. There is Ice Shard for the emergency pro. Let's just go Toxic. Toxic is such a good move. Never regret having Toxic. Yeah. Okay, I mean, let's see. Let's see what happens, right? We are ground type. We got 4 ground weeks and no resists. Yes, sir. But hey, we got a Lug. And if Lug can't take care of ground types, what can it do? No, we're leftovers on Zolt, which has been good for us. I think leftovers is solid. 6-0'd by rocks when we have a Cinderace and a Rapid Spinner. Yep, we're definitely 6-0'd by rocks. Okay. Yeah, someone getting angry that I'm not playing tours. Oh, you're thinking you switching? Yeah, no, Shedinja aren't. Yeah, like if the opponent like switches into Tails, they're not. Yeah, they're probably not going to go Shedinja on Ninetales. They'd rather probably set Rocks, set T-Spikes. It'll be like Pex and Blissey coming in on Tails. Okay, and yeah, as far as the why I'm not playing in tours, especially team tours, I do not have the time to really put my best foot forward for those kinds of things. I would have very minimal prep time, very minimal practice time, and very minimal scouting time. So no, there's not an option really to do. I mean, no, it is an option. It's not an option I want to do with tours. Okay. There's a T-Tar, which obviously isn't fun. We'd rather there not be a T-Tar, but it's not the end of the world. I think... I kind of want to kick it off with Avalugg. Okay. Yeah, sure. I'll just click, let's just click Body Press here, see what happens. See what they want to do. But yeah, guys, my approach to building is very much... I will happily make the team probably worse if there's a chance that team will be great, right? Like, if there is a team that I know is not top-level viable, like that last one, because it gets farmed by any Shedinja team, I'm not going to play it. I will try something else where, you know, I'm not going to play it. This is banded, by the way. We got confirmation on that. So, yeah, if there's a team I know is bad, I'm not going to say, well, it's not that bad. So I'm going to do my best to make it great. And if that's not possible, that's not possible. So be it. But that's always what I'm aiming for. Okay, let's go Blow King first. Okay, that's annoying. Let me just chilly reception here. If they go for Hex, we can... Well, a lot of these ones, though... Let's go King Gambit here, actually. Yeah. Are there any good mold breaker mons that can fit the team? That is an interesting idea. If they're, I mean, like, because yeah, mold breaker obviously on top of breaking Shedinja is, but no, mold breaker Pokemon kind of aren't real, unfortunately. So this thing probably has Focus Blast. I'm going to go for a Sucker Punch. Okay, let's see. Let's get Focus Blasted. Unfortunately, they are quite bulky. No, I think just max HP, and we died. But I mean, that's could have gone worse, honestly. That could have gone worse. Let's Pyro Ball. The King Gambit's dead, but the gold is chipped. Okay. A Pyro Ball damage indicates more defensive. I'm going to Pyro Ball again, hoping we don't just get slapped by an EQ. They taunt is a whack play. Let's U-turn here. I can't imagine you just sack your Landers here. Please don't just sack your Landers. Okay, they didn't just sack their Landers. That's good. So we go into Tails. I'm expecting a Tyranitar, so let me go for the Toxic here. Okay, beautiful. We got the T-Tar. That's huge. All right, we gotta kind of let something go. Well, not necessarily right away. I think we can go Glow King to start, since I don't anticipate a knockoff. Okay, yeah, there's a Stone Edge. We can probably actually go Tails here. How well is that going to take a Stone Edge? So it looks like even with the defense boost, it is not going to take that well at all. So let's go into the Lug, especially if they go for a knockoff here. That'll get some nice extra damage. Okay, beautiful. That's huge. And I think I will go for the Recover. The game plan, the win condition here is definitely... Okay, they do hit the Stone Edge, which is kind of unfortunate. I can't really complain, though. They missed the last one. The plan here is Ninetales plus Zolt. That's how we win this game. So we can go into Cinderace here. And I think there's no reason not to click U-turn. U-turn looks fine. Okay, yep, there we go. U-turn. Let's go in Tails. Let's click Blizzard. Let's see if we probably don't kill max HP Gold. Okay, we miss, which is not that great. That's pretty unfortunate, actually. That's pretty bad. Yeah. Let's go Glow King and hope they Stone Edge. Okay, they do Stone Edge. Let's go for the Chilly Reception here. Okay, Pursuit. That's fine. I'll take the death there. Yeah. Okay. I think it's got to be Tails. Yeah, loses to Volcarona. I mean, there's Cinderace. I think the team's probably worse, though. Yeah. I'm going to go Ace here in case of... Yeah. Okay, and let's U-turn here. Yeah, Landorus coming in makes sense. That's about what I figured would happen. And I'll low kick here so we don't have a chance to miss. Okay, there we go. Lando down. Take a little bit of damage. I think that's worthwhile. Tapu Lele with a Choice Scarf is probably going to end the game. We have to hope it isn't Choice Scarf. It is Choice Scarf. Okay. That, the Moonblast, though, that gives us a chance. I have no idea why they didn't click a Psychic move. Kind of a total throw. Moonblast is likely to 2-hit KO, but not 100%. We have to go for that small chance it doesn't. They got a decent roll, and now it's guaranteed. All right. This team's not good. Yeah, no, I think the Blissey Lando version was much better, but unfortunately Shedinja kind of just ruins that. I hate Shedinja so much. It's like exclusively for matchup fishing. I mean, you run into like a pursuit. You run into a pursuit trapper, you probably lose the game. You don't face a pursuit trapper or like snow or anything, and you're probably in a good spot. It's just it's like take the usual stall matchup fishing and make it so much worse, and just so like because it's I really dislike Shedinja stall. It's but I mean you're totally within your rights to use it. This is a competitive game. I'm not saying that you can't or shouldn't or it's like morally wrong, but I hate it. Personally, I hate it, and I think that's also valid. To have my own preferences, I do hate it. Okay, though, let's see if there's anything we can do. You can replace Lando with Mega Gyarados. No, I cannot. Then we lose to Volt Switch. We lose to ID Zama, we lose to some other Pokemon, I think, but at least those two come to mind. Is there a world where you fit in like a Weavile? Do you need to use snow for Avalugg? Yeah. If you don't have 8 turns of snow, I don't think you can justify the lug. Any snow warning Pokemon get it? No. Imagine Vanillux pulling up our absolute hero with like Pursuit, that would have been clutch. But well. Pursuit, yeah. Mega Arrow for Pursuit. I don't think that's good. I mean, that's not a terrible idea. But there's nothing we could realistically put over that. Like Mega Arrow where, I don't think Thunder is 50 accuracy in Sun. I think it's only Hurricane. Have we considered a second Avalugg? That's funny. Bring Weavile and make it a mono ice team. We might be at that point. Okay, here's what I think we do. We go Weavile over Ace. Actually, no, because we go Pursuit, Ice Shard, Knockoff, and then I feel like we probably need the power of Triple Axle. Yeah, Jolly is probably right there. And then we have to make some things boots to compensate, I think, for the... I think let's go Helmet on this. Helmet on this. And I think we go boots on this. Let's try this. Okay, I think this is a better solution we found here. But hey, we'll see how it goes. So, okay, no ghost types here, so Lug can spin. That's obviously good news. Weavile looking pretty good. Well, the Molt's a bit scary. I think we kick it off with Landorus. Landorus looks pretty good into everything. Okay, this, we're just going to U-turn on this, go into Blissey. We can get a read on kind of what set this is. That U-turn damage indicates offensive. Makes sense, yeah. Let's go Blissey here. Probably going to be a Draco. That is very much a choice spec set. Good to know. Wow, that's powerful. Let's soft-boiled. I think we can afford to heal. I think that's okay. Go into Landorus again. Okay, there we go. I'll just Toxic here. I think is fine. We catch the Moltres. Beautiful. Happy to see that. We can get up Stealth Rock on this. Actually, let's go Blissey. I don't think a U-turn will come off. Yeah. Okay, good thing we didn't let Lando eat that. That's a very interesting Fire Blast. Because that is still a defensive Moltres, but you're running Fire Blast for, like, no reason. Bizarre stuff, honestly. But, okay. Let's go Weavile. I'm very hesitant to click Axel. Let's go for the knockoff. And, okay, we do. Please don't Flame Body me on the first try. Okay. I think, given that turned out to be a special defensive one. Or wait, or is Weavile just pretty strong? Weavile is just pretty strong. I think we do go for it again. Come on. Okay. I can't complain too much, obviously, because, you know, well, yeah. But still sucks. But, I mean, you know, obviously can't complain much. Okay. They go for the SD. This is about to hit me probably with a Z move. Let's sack Weavile, right? Okay, just went for the Iron Head. All right, let's go Coffee Table. Go for the Body Press. Dragology enters. We go Blissey every time. We have to. Okay. I'm gonna go Lug. Let's recover. If they steal him, they steal him. I mean, I can't live in fear forever. Okay, let's go for the body. I don't know why they clicked that. That was a whack play. Like, do they realize body press fully kills them? Maybe they do. I'll click recover again. I don't think they go for Iron Head again. Okay, I'm gonna click body. Like, what are you doing? Okay, I'm super confused as to how my opponent's playing this. Let's go Blissey. If they Sludge Bomb here, we could be in serious trouble. Sludge Wave. Yeah, that's why you run Sludge Bomb. That poison damage it's worth it. Let's we got Encore and Tail, so I'm gonna port here. Beautiful. Okay, this is the wrong. I forgot we have this on here. Let me change this. Hail. I forget what we decided on. It was Toxic, right? Which did pretty well for us that last game, so we'll go with that still. Go for the Encore, absolutely. Okay, T-Tarn, that's fine. Let's go Lando. Okay, there's a knockoff. That did not very much. That indicates... yeah, probably more defensive support, T-Tar. Okay. Let's rock up. I think is fine. I don't think my opponent loves Stealth Rock. We can go Tails here. Tails is typically a very strong Garchomp switch-in. Yeah, that's obviously not going to be hard for us to deal with. I think we go back into Landorus. I imagine T-Tar comes in here to try to stop the Tails. I'm hoping it's not Boots, but let's see. Beautiful. We see that Stealth Rock damage. That's what we love to see. Let's go for a nice U-turn here. Okay, there's a ineffective knockoff. Awesome. And I think this is a really good moment for our... well, Kindergartner. Do you outspeed? How much did that U-turn do? That U-turn did 33. That indicates a pretty HP invested T-Tar. Yeah, I think our Kindergartner can outspeed. We'll go for the low kick. O-O-C-K-E. Okay, I can't say your name, but the guy that was using the Shedinja, it seems odd how you are very opposed to adding on this thing that beats Shedinja. It's a little bit sus, gotta say. Okay, I think it'll just be... ooh, do I go for the read here and predict... I don't think I need to do that. Let's just go Lug. Okay, cool. Let's go for the body press here. But like we're winning this game, and you're sitting here saying this team loses to everything after we made the change that allows it to beat Shedinja. It's a little... I don't know. Like, I will never accept a losing Shedinja matchup. I must take a strong stance against Shedinja as a whole. I will always rearrange the entire team to beat Shedinja. Always. I will keep doing that. All right, let's Blizzard here. We hit this time, which is nice. We still don't die to a Pursuit, so we're not worried about that. So I'm just going to go into the Landorus. Let's go for a U-turn, and then we should be able to win this with Zolt. We sack Lug, always. Psychic. Okay. Go Blissey here, and let's Toxic, I think is good. Okay, we can sack Lando. Or not necessarily sack, it'll probably be an EQ, and then we can double back to Blissey. Okay, no, they got us. So let's go into this, and I think we can sub here. We'll see if they want to sack Chomp. Yeah, this is why we go for the sub. So we can Bolt Beak here. Yeah, we just... Okay, and they forfeit. GG. So, I mean, hey, we won. Okay, let's see if we can try to tie it up. Actually, Hail on the Tar Switch probably would have been correct. IDGAF, you put Weavile on there, but 4 ice types and a Blissey is not it. I mean, I'm not accepting a losing Shed matchup. I explained my building philosophy earlier. You know, I said, I will never stop trying to develop a team that I know is not good. I don't accept hard losing matchups. Yeah, I don't accept hard losing matchups. If this team is worse than the original we built, okay, at least we don't lose to Shedinja. I will retire the team if it's not viable, but what I will never do is keep playing a team I know is not viable. No, there was a legit... You can go and watch the original. There was very much a real reason for using this. Okay, let's take a look here. Weavile looks pretty good. Honestly, Toxic looks amazing against this team too. We can spin with Avalugg. There's nothing to deal with that. I think we kick it off with Landorus. Hazards look way worse for them than they do for us. I'm totally okay with just going for Stealth Rock here, seeing what they want to do. Okay, that's cool. Let's U-turn here. They probably... I'm really surprised they stayed into... Actually, no, they've got so many Rapid Spinners, they won't stay in. Yeah, and sure enough, they don't. Okay, so we can go into Zolt here. This should scare out the Corviknight. Likely into the Tusk. So I'm going to go Weavile here. But it might be... Let's just Icicle Crash, actually, because it might be a Speed Booster Tusk, at which point Weavile wouldn't work so well. Okay, so it is indeed Speed Booster, so I'm glad we did that. And, okay, we see Leftovers come out. I'm going to go into Landorus here. And, let's see. Okay, they go for the Rapid Spin. So Ice Spinner will not kill here, so I'm going to go for an Earth Power. And beautiful. They did not anticipate the special Landorus, which is very valid because nobody runs this. And we get a kill on the Tusk. That's good. That's good stuff. Okay. This is a huge issue. We are in serious what the kids call serious trouble. I think we just sack Avalugg and it's a Zard Y. Okay, that's really weird, but okay. Let's teleport. I don't know why you're running a Torkoal. I mean, I guess I mean, no, it doesn't make sense to me. Anyway, though, Tusk is dead. We can now click Bolt Beak. We're looking good, especially with them not having... We have a Teleport Blissey and an Arctozolt when they have no ground types and no physical attackers. So we should be good to just pretty cleanly win this game. Yeah, we got a whole Blissey. Soft build here, I guess. Yeah, we can just port into Ninetales. Like, normally this would be a threat, but we got a Ninetales, so... Although, I forget, I think Z moves can bypass Encore, which is kind of scary. Let me go for the Blizzard here in case. Okay, next time we Toxic. Yeah, that's kind of frustrating because we lost our Rapid Spinner. Okay, good on my opponent for that one. Yeah, that's not good for me. Chansey, oh yeah, and they're playing it safe. They're playing it. Okay, this is good. They're gaming. Chansey is faster or slower? Slower. So let's Toxic in case they stay in. They probably won't. Yeah. I'll go for a Seismic Toss here in case they just go for an attack. Okay, great. That's good. Oh, that's huge. They're Life Orb too. Awesome. Let's actually, no, let's teleport here. I don't think they surely growth there. And then we can go Tails. And this time I'm going for the Toxic. I think we go right for the Toxic. Because they should know they die to an Ice move. Okay. All right, let's... What? Okay, I'm going to Veil, I guess. As they pour it out. Okay, Zard, yeah, we can just go Blissey. Blissey, I think then we port here and we bring in the Landorus and get up our own Stealth Rock is I think the right play. Because they do not like Stealth Rock one bit. That is for sure. Okay, I think U-turn is fine here. Weather Ball comes out. Yeah, we'll be fine there. And with Sun was set by Zard, so it's running out, and we can end this Venusaur for good. Yep. Adios, Venusaur. That should be game. I don't really see a world where they can win after that. GG. Okay, cool. Not the strongest opponent in the world to end on, but hey, we went 4-4. We tied it up. We had a good start, and then just, yeah, you know. But yeah, no, I mean... Yeah, I on principle, I am not going to, you know, ever just let a bad Shedinja, or not bad. I'm not going to, I hate completely unwinnable matchups. I can't deal with it. I can take, like, some matchups being challenging. Challenging matchups are part of every team. Unplayable, unwinnable matchups, I won't take them. I won't accept them. And particularly, you know, as someone else mentioned, like as a streamer, yeah, like these regular streaming times, it's not a good idea to be, yeah, it's not a good idea to be like easily matchup fished by Shedinja, when you have regular streaming times. And we see too many, like we see a lot of Shedinja. People like, I don't know if today was a snipe, they definitely sometimes are. But yeah, thank you guys for attending. Obviously, Avalugg did not work out, which is unfortunate. Would have been cool if it did. I mean, it had some strong showing. Like the first few games, I think with Rocky Helmet and Ice Body, it was looking good. But I just think, you know, when it comes down to it, you end up to justify Avalugg, you need Ninetales. To justify Ninetales, you need Arctozolt. And I don't think there are any 3 Pokemon in the world that can make a good team for the last 3. But if there's something you think of, if something comes to your mind that, yeah, if something comes to mind, let me know. But I just like, because you just have so many problems. There's the defensive weaknesses. There's the problem with T-Spikes. There's the problem with ID Zama. There's the problem with Tapu Lele. There's just like fire type. Like there's an almost infinite number of problems that you need to solve. Like you have 3 ice types. You start with 3 ice types. You have 0 of those problems solved. So I just don't think there are any 3 Pokemon. I genuinely did start this stream thinking there might be a shot for Avalugg with like, you know, Helmet or Leftovers and Ice Body and all that, and being like a really good defensive wall for like a, you know, a semi-bulky snow team. But I just think it turned out to be defensively unsupportable, and Avalugg just didn't do well enough. I think I'm going to have to declare our coffee table unviable. Yeah. Oh, well. But I truly did try. This was not a meme. This was not a joke. And I think, you know, it was okay. Ultimately, the team was okay. Like, I think I could probably get to, like, mid-1800s, maybe 1900s with this Avalugg team. Probably not much higher than that. But yeah, what I will say is I think... Oh, we got Pokeaim MD in chat. By the way, guys, recently, if you were confused by why Pokeaim was posting, like, I heard it was like sports content or like crypto coins, there was a hacker. Hacker took over Pokeaim MD. Really unfortunate stuff. But Joey is back. Joey got the channel back. So, yeah, welcome. Welcome to chat, and so glad to hear you got your channel back. So it says Avalugg Mega Perk stall was something used years ago. That's wild. I didn't know that was a thing. Is that Gen 7? It's got. I imagine that's Gen 7. Yeah, that's interesting. Avalugg. I don't know if Avalugg is viable in Gen 7. I guess it was. I think the only time I've seen Avalugg like work is stall teams, because they, it can stop like SD, Z move Pokemon like Garchomp, D-Knight, that kind of thing. So yeah, I guess Avalugg might have a chance in Natex on like a hard stall. It's just not something I'm really interested in building. But yeah, that's interesting. Interesting. But yeah, the thing about hard stall, it's like that's one of those ways of making a unique defensive Pokemon work that I just don't love. It's kind of like how you can make almost any creative like Stealth Rocker work by just, like, for example, let's say we look at Stealth Rock here. I'd be like, well, like I hit rank 1 with like Aggron, and the Aggron's just like a Stealth Rock lead. I feel somewhat similarly about putting stuff like making like Avalugg work by like putting it on a stall team, or like Hisui now, or like I made, what is it? I mean, like, what's a ridiculous defensive Pokemon? I made Forretress work, right? Like, you could probably make Forretress get rank 1 on a stall team. Oh, and Natdex Gen 8. Interesting. Yeah. Yeah, you could probably make Avalugg work in Gen 9 too if hard stall. I don't really want to build that. But yeah, you can, with like 5 standard stallmons and then 1 wacky defensive Pokemon, you can probably get rank 1 with that, with like almost any defensive Pokemon. And it's just kind of like not my favorite approach to building. And also it just takes so long to build those games. I'm not a stall guy. If you're a stall person, that's all good, but I'm not a fan. Okay, well, I hope you guys enjoyed, had a good time. I understand it frustrated some people that I took like a half-hour intermission to figure out how to beat Shedinja, but that's one of my quirks, I guess. I cannot ever handle a completely unwinnable matchup. Yeah. Avalugg and Hisuian Avalugg are legit in Natdex Ubers, but not so much without Terra. Okay, interesting. That's really interesting. Natdex, yeah, Terra and Natdex Ubers. I guess like everything's a dragon type, so Avalanche is hitting hard. That's still really surprising to hear, but I guess like Terra Fairy on against like Koraidon and such would be kind of good. Anyway, this has been a very long ending rant. Thank you guys for attending. Let's try to time this right. All right, I will end this in 3, 2, 1.